Hey, this is the Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 194. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan, and today we're going to continue the arc of the good vibes. We're taking our first look at Double Masters. Now hit our theme song! Hey Ryan, we're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Yeah, bonus episode adventure. What is going down?
Whole ton is going down. The prices on some cards are going down. I would argue not enough. Some people would argue just the right amount. We've already thanked all of our patrons for the week, but thank you again for supporting the show and for everybody else being here. We also have to thank our official sponsor, FaceToFaceGames.com. They're Canada's biggest Magic store.
Ooh, good place to order your Double Masters from.
If you want to do that.
Ooh, there's the first take. I'm not going to say it's hot or cold. That is just a take.
It is just a take. I'm not trying to drop the hot fire this week. Sorry, everybody. I've actually been having a fight in my head with you about this set for a week.
You know what? We used to, I'm not going to say fight because that's a pretty extreme word.
Yeah.
We used to argue about how we wanted the content to sound a lot more than we do now.
Yeah.
3 years has put us not necessarily always on the same page, but both moving in the exact same direction.
Yeah, we both have the same goal in mind, and we work well enough together that we can get there.
Yeah, and we understand that both sides of the coin are important. So we're looking at Double Masters, double-sided coin.
Oh, I promised we were going to make those jokes.
No, that was yesterday you promised.
Damn it.
We're going in the same direction.
God damn it, Ryan.
So this isn't really a set review, right? But we want to talk about kind of our thoughts, give everybody the take, whether it's hot, cold, negative, positive. Mostly positive from my perspective. Mostly, I'm going to say very critical from yours.
Yeah, there's tons to love about this set. It's just the tree that grew is awesome and I love it. But the seed that the tree grew out of is just, I'm having a hard time moving past it.
Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay. You know what? We didn't do it yesterday. Good vibe of the week. This is the arc of good vibes. We want to either highlight positivity in our community, both maybe in our actual community or the Magic community. Maybe this set. Is this set a positive vibe? Is it a good vibe?
It's caused a lot of division.
It's got people talking.
But it also has lots of people arguing.
It's polarized, right?
Yeah, people are very polarized about this. I don't think that there's too many people that are running it up the middle, which I think that
I'm a middle runner in a lot of things, and people say, well, if you're middle running, you're siding with the whatever, right?
With the status quo, you're happy with the way things are.
Yeah. Hey, wait, hold on. We're getting into it again. What's the good vibe? What's the good vibe?
No, that's not even what I said. I think that the good vibe is, I think that there is a lot of good to be seen, no matter which side of the coin you fall on. Even if you're hyper defensive of everything Wizards does and they can't do any wrong, or if you just complain about everything that ever happens anywhere, anytime, ever. There is that middle ground where, yes, there's criticisms of this set and they're valid, and we can all discuss that and get along and move on. And some of us are going to buy these cards. Some of us are not.
Some of us will buy sealed product. Some of us will not.
Yeah. Some of us will be pissed off because the cards are still too expensive for you to buy. But you know what? That's okay. Because they were more expensive than you were willing to pay for a card 4 months ago, before this set was even spoiled. So it's not like you're really missing out on anything the way things are. And I don't agree with that, but it is a way of looking at things where you cannot feel like you're being personally attacked by Wizards.
Yes. Them printing expensive cards into a premium product that is protected by a premium, air quotes, MSRP is not, it shouldn't be offensive to you. Example, I like sports cars. I like big trucks. When I don't make as much money as I used to and still want to own a fast sports car that happens to have a big price tag because horsepower costs money, just like, Mana Crypts is horsepower for decks, costs money.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford, a 2020 Corvette on my old salary. I can't afford a 2020 Corvette on my current salary. Do I still like the car? Do I still like to watch Chevrolet Motors race at Le Mans? Yeah, I still like all of those things. I still want to look at that car when I go, driving through the dealership on Sunday. I still want to look at that car when I go to car shows. I still want to see it at the racetrack when I go. The racetrack's not open right now, but it's not offensive to me that the price tag of a 2020 Corvette is higher than 2019. They redesigned it. They put new art on it. They spruced it up. They got an old artist to do the art and design the card, and it's going to be expensive, right? The new Cyclonic Rift art, for example, the foils of those are going to be ridiculous. It shouldn't be offensive to me or anybody that I want that card and can't afford it, because and say what you want, it's a game and it's a hobby and it should be fun, but you know what? Hobbies cost money. It doesn't matter what your hobby is. Name me any hobby, any one. It's going to cost you money. And you could say something very, very obtuse like, oh, gardening doesn't cost money. Well, do you plant your own? Do you harvest your own seeds from flowers? No. Well, I buy them from the store. That's money. Did you build your own? Did you forge your own garden spade?
Oh, that'd be sick.
Right? Well, yeah, I did. Well, how did you make your forge? Right? And if you didn't spend any actual money, what's your time worth? If your hobby didn't actually cost you money, what is your time worth? What's your time worth that you didn't have to spend money? Because if you're self-employed like a lot of us are, your time is worth money, right? So it's very, I don't want to say that that's very deep thinking, but it goes a lot deeper than just, oh, they put this new art that is very desirable, therefore expensive in this collector luxury card game. I can't afford it. Shouldn't be cause for offense. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I don't think, and I think, again, we're on the same page. We're moving in the same direction. There's desirable stuff in here that we want. And if it's not like the full art, alternate art, new Atraxa or Mana Crypt or whatever, it's just the old regular shitty one with the same art as it had last time, that card is going to be, 10, 20% less. And that is a good thing.
That's not terrible. Now, where I come at this, and I'm not offended.
Sorry, I monologued.
No, I'm going to hit you with a little shorter one, but this is kind of where I come off on this one. And it's the barrier to entry that this presents is whatever, because master sets cost more money.
Yes.
That's just how they do things. And I don't like it. I don't like it. But I think this one, maybe in particular, they've really ramped up especially as a Commander player and somebody who's trying to bring more people in to play the game with us. This is a really big barrier to entry for those people because it has so many cards that people they went out and they bought a pre-con, right? Yesterday we talked Xyrus. They bought the Xyrus deck. They want to build that up, and you want to switch your Parallel Lives for a doubling season, or you want to add in a whatever big card here. This set is going to do for prices what a Giant Growth could hypothetically do for your Commander damage, because taking a 7/7 Commander
and making it a 10/10
is the exact same, where the $200 Mana Crypt is $160, but it's still too much for many, many people.
Yes. You know what? We call it Tarmogoyf effect. The $200 Mana Crypt is going to be more obtainable for the people that can pay 20% less for it. And when it sells out at $160,
it'll go back up to $200.
Stores will start charging $180, and that's where the air quotes new price will be, which is that $20 less than $200 is negligible for people who can't afford it. I recognize and appreciate that. What I don't like, what I think is a little bit flawed in terms of the logic of it, is Double Masters isn't an entry-level product. So when anybody says the barrier to entry, that doesn't exist, because the entry is a pre-con. The entry is taking cards that you already have that you've obtained through a booster box or drafting and building a Commander deck. That's the entry.
But there are several gates into the Magic.
Yes. 100%.
The barrier to entry into Magic the Gathering is to buy a pre-con.
Is to spend money.
And to use your card, whatever, right? It's to play Jumpstart, which, as much as I hate Arena, as much as I dump on Arena all the time, I'm having so much fun playing Jumpstart. Oh, yeah? It's a lot of fun.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You hope they do Jumpstart often? They just cycle new decks in and rotate old shitty ones out?
If they were going to do Jumpstart every year,
leave it on Arena all the time?
I would be on board. Like, if they just printed new Jumpstart shit, 100%.
Hey, that's a good vibe.
That's because it's a great format. It's super fun. And for people who are really kind of bad at Limited like me, but they still like the idea of it, like that kind of low power feel, Jumpstart is perfect. It's so much fun.
They've done all the work for you. You just mash and then
just play.
And then mash.
And it's great. And I've had 0 bad games. I've had 0 blowouts. It's so fun.
It's almost like they know what they're doing when they design limited sets, right?
Right? And so they've done it so well or whatever. But back to what we were saying is that's your entry. That's like your second gate is something like Jumpstart. Like you bought a pre-con and you filled it up with cards that you own. That's like the first thing. Then the second one would be something like Jumpstart where you're going to invest more into some more cards, maybe hoping you get a certain rare or certain card. And I think like 4 or 5 gates after that is you've been playing Commander at your local EDH and M for a few months.
Or on VEDH, can't play in store right now.
Sure.
We all know what you're saying. I'm just clarifying that we got to be safe.
Yes. But you want to kind of, I don't want to say you want to move to the big kids table, but like you want to go play with these guys over here who have a little bit more powerful decks. And while they're willing to come down and play with you with their lower power stuff, you want to go up a level. This is the barrier to entry to that going up a level.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
And I can just see so vividly in my mind a world where even this is like Modern Horizons level of cost. Like it's twice as much as a regular booster pack. It's $10 a pack instead of $30. You know what I mean? Like even that would tank a lot of these cards for a while. And I just like that's what I would really like to see. I'm not saying that's what they should have done because blah, but that's what I would like to see. I would like to see these reprint sets that are clearly aimed at people like us.
Yeah.
Be more attainable for people who are moving up to the level where it's
this one clearly is.
Oh yeah, this is 100% directly aimed at me and you.
And people like us. Yes.
This is who this is for. Who's this set for? It's for us. They're trying to siphon money out of us, and they know that there are people who will pay for it. And I don't plan to, but I mean, that's what I mean when I say.
You know what? Analogy. Okay, so we want to go to Disneyland. All right, there's. The barrier to entry is paying to get into the parking lot because you have to do that. $10, whatever it is.
$10 to park your car.
$10 to park your car. We're in. That's our pre-con. Yep. We've got our pre-con in our parking lot.
Yeah.
We want to play at we want to get on the fucking Hulk roller coaster at Universal.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we do. It shoots you fucking up before you think you're going to go down. It's good.
Oh,
that's
shit.
a good ass
I would
roller coaster.
100% go on that roller coaster.
Yeah. You got to sit in the front though, 100%.
Will do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to play at that table. Well, I'll further explain the analogy. We only are interested in the Hulk ride. We don't care about everything else because we might have been to Universal Studios lots of times, aka played Magic for a long time. We might have been on all the rides, aka we have Atraxa and Mana Crypts already. We need a Blightsteel Colossus. That is the Hulk roller coaster. If we don't know any better, we're going to go out and pay $200, $300 park admission. That is a booster box, hoping that there's not a big lineup. That is hoping that we'll crack that Blightsteel Colossus in our booster box. Or we only want one ride. Buying a Blightsteel Colossus for, let's say, 20% less than it used to be. So instead of $80, it's like $60. We pay $60 to get on that Hulk roller coaster. One ride, but we're not paying $400 anymore. We're paying $60. One ride, but we get what we want. And that is the functional equivalent of buying singles. And it feels bad sometimes for people to say, holy fuck, one card is $60. I could buy like multiple packs for that. But the point is you don't get the experience that you want in moving up to the big kids table, as you say, when you buy a booster box, because you might not get the cards you want.
Yeah, and I mean, opening boosters is fun. It's a great time.
Dude. And this is coming from somebody who fucking always complains about having no money and hating packs.
Yeah, and I hate
booster packs are fun.
But they're fun. They are fun. And opening them is a cool experience, and opening them with your friends is an even cooler experience.
The Double Master VIP packs.
Oh, don't even...
What are those 30 cards, all foil type booster packs, right? We haven't said what Double Masters is. 20 card booster packs. They have...
Are they 20 cards?
15 card booster packs. 2 rares instead of 1 rare. Foils in every pack, right?
Like 2 foils in every pack.
This is the premium of premium sets that is for getting foils and opening up rares for the Commander format.
Yeah, they're looking about $30 to $35 per pack here in Canada.
Yeah.
And they have the VIP edition.
$140.
Which we'll get into this next.
Sure.
That fucking name.
I hope that people can't hear the workers banging on the roof. And if fucking again this week. Sorry, everybody.
And if they can, we apologize. The VIP booster here in Canada after conversion from USD to CAD and the fucking tariffs that our government has on things made of cardboard that come into the country,
Yes.
and taxes, you're looking at about $160 for a pack of cards with the Double Masters.
Expected
VIP.
Expected value says you could probably make $100 of that back based on current prices of cards. You could open like the double mythic alternate art foil pack, and you could have a $500 pack.
Yeah.
I know it's been covered a lot of times. I know a lot of European countries have different laws on this. At what point does it become gambling? And do you care? And do these packs, because of the price and expected value or expected not fucking value, should they be 18 plus? Like years of age to buy these, or 21 years of age in the United States to buy these, based on cost and expected value?
I think that the expected value of this should just be higher. There's too much, Jeff.
And that would be facilitated by dropping the price to buy it,
or by dropping all the fucking garbage that's in it. Why did they put the fucking reflection cycle in here? Only one of them is played, and it's not even played anymore. They're all $1 or $2 cards.
Yeah, because they're played in Commander, and Therese Nielsen illustrated them. So they needed to get that shit out of there. I think.
Fucking bail out on those. Like, there's so much chaff.
There's not a whole ton of chaff, but if
the
I'm
set
paying
isn't always spoiled it. And this is there's also double the number of rares.
Double the number of fucking
chance
chaff.
of you getting the good cards that we've been talking about this whole time is so much lower. It's like buying a mystery booster.
So there's a criticism. You think there's too much bulk rares, let's call them.
Because they did build it for the air quotes draft environment, but the fucking VIP packs aren't meant for drafting.
Oh, no.
So
they're meant for cracking sick foils and making $140 a pack.
There is no draft on them, though. So they are literal loot boxes.
Yes.
Loot
boxes has proved to be an effective way to make money.
Absolutely. And I'm not going into it's gambling, but it's close to fucking gambling as you can get.
Yeah.
If they were still in Germany would kick them out for those VIP boosters.
You know what? When you look at expected value versus price and you extrapolate that down to $5 pack and expected value, like the math probably checks out pretty close. So it's like it costs more, but the expected value is also escalates in relatively. So really, is it any worse than going to the store and buying 20 packs and expecting to get the same dollar amount of cards as buying one pack of Double Masters VIP?
And I think that's the thing that people are missing about this whole fiasco is if you're buying packs to open it to make money, you're doing it wrong because you're investing. And if you're going to invest, just buy sealed product and don't open it. And then you can be a real #MTG finance person, and you can just keep your sealed boxes in your closet, and you can bust them out in 5 years when they're guaranteed to be worth more and sell them then. Don't open them looking for value. So the EV of a box is, I think, less like I opened a $35 booster pack. I expect a $35 card. I think that is wrong-headed.
No, that is not.
I think that you should be able to open a $35 pack, and I don't think that it is outrageous or entitled or anything negative to think, you know what, I opened a $35 booster pack and I opened $2 in rares and foils. I don't think that should ever happen. Like
and that should be facilitated by not putting $2 rares in there, or it should be facilitated by dropping the price to buy it.
I'd like to say dropping the price, but the price is the price and whatever. But have less crap. There's so much crap in this set. Like, they spoiled all this stuff and everybody's all whipped up and super excited and shit. But there's a lot of garbage in here. There's much more garbage than good stuff.
We should have fucking banger masters, only bangers. That's what you should call it.
It's just like, Wizards is obviously aware of the value, air quotes, of these cards.
Yeah, they can't talk about it though.
Right? They can't talk about that, but they're clearly aware of it and they're clearly printing with it in mind. So they could not put those pieces of shit in there. And here's a fucking fact from somebody that played Ravnica Draft. Doubling Season's a shitty draft card. So, like, fuck, like there's lots of cards in here that aren't built for draft. They're built to drive the value of the pack up.
Yeah, how about that doubling season alternate art though by my boy Ron Spencer?
It's medium. The only Ron Spencer card I fucking care about in this set is Mana Crypt.
Mana Crypt, but only the new art one, which I don't like. I like the original better.
I actually really like that new art. And I think that's the thing that makes me the fucking maddest, because it's the one card in the set that I want. And it's not, oh, it's so out of reach, but like it's, fuck, like that's a special treat. I take my whole trade binder into an event when those happen again in 2027, and I can trade my whole binder in to get one.
Well, you could trade your existing Mana Crypt in and take a large chunk off the price of that extended art Mana Crypt. Hey, let's look at cards. Let's look at some cards, because we're going to find things to be excited about when we look at cards.
Well, let's start. We talked about the Hulk roller coaster.
Yes.
Okay. We rocketed it up to the top now.
Rock hard
and
up
then
to the top.
We've been talking about the negative. Let's do the one other negative thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
This is the, and I don't think anybody will ever be able to talk me out of this. So let's do that first.
Okay.
Okay. Here it is, Ryan.
All right. This is it.
I hinted at it before. It's the VIP booster, and it's not the fact that they're so expensive. It's not the fact that they have like 9 basics in it. It's the fact that they call it a VIP booster. Everybody knows what VIP means.
Very important person.
And what that's implying to me is that the very important people are the people who have money and are willing to give lots of it to wizards.
Which would suggest that people who don't have money have less importance.
Exactly.
We don't like to do double negative kind of logic or inference, right? If you don't have this, you're not that. Like that.
Yeah, that's not.
But that is what they're inferring by saying, "Give us more money, you'll be more important and be rewarded with higher value stuff."
Exactly, and they could.
That is how capitalism works. More money means more stuff.
Truth.
Right?
That's the truth.
But it's the name of it, I think, that you're having issue with.
Exactly, it is the name. It is the product title is very important. Person booster. They have a perfectly good luxury version of every set that's come out, and it's called a collector booster. They could have said this is the collector's edition of Double Masters.
And if the VIP booster has 30 cards in it,
whatever.
If it has 30 cards in it, I'm trying to remember, and I don't remember, and we don't have the product page in front of us because we're just having a conversation. Yeah. But if it has 30 cards in it and a regular pack has 15, this would be double that, and it would be the Double Masters double-sized collector booster.
Yeah, and if they had said that shit, cool.
Sweet. Cool, like, fucking cool. Oh, $140? Fuck, yeah. I'm bouncing.
Yeah,
right?
Am I happy about the price still? Fuck no.
No.
Legit, my very first car that I didn't spend $1 to my dad for was a 1982 T-top Chevrolet Camaro.
Oh yeah, fucking IROC Z edition.
Yeah.
So
and it was a fucking nice car, and it had a whatever the hell the Chevy version of the F250 or 350 of it was, truck engine in it.
It had a truck.
It had a truck engine in it. They had altered it to put that thing could melt the tires down to the rims off of a light. It was the fucking coolest car, and it cost me less than a booster box of VIP boosters.
Ooh, yeah. It's like $1,500, eh?
Yeah, like it's a lot. And I mean, yeah, that was years ago, but the point stands. Like I bought a really nice car.
Yeah.
And the name itself, I think, is a sticking point for me. Like as soon as I heard it, I was like, nah, fuck that. I don't like that. I don't like it.
I can agree with that because the name of the thing and reading the thing in Magic tells you what the thing is and does.
Yeah.
The name of something is important.
Yeah,
and it carries weight. And when you tell me I'm more important when I spend more money, that is something that is important to people who are spending money. If we look at the other side of the coin,
sure.
I want to feel important if I have the money to spend on this. If the product, air quotes, is for me, I want to be important. I want to brag and tell people I got a box of this or I have a VIP. I want to open this on Open Flippy and drink to it. I want to be that guy. And so do you, but I think we want to be that guy for different reasons. You want affordable cardboard. I want the prestige of being that guy. I'm a little bit more vain. I'm a little bit more selfish. So,
which is crazy because I'm the one that plays all the foils.
Yeah, right? I play fucking garbage, right? I play garbage ass cards in not foil, and a lot of them are beat up that I got from a collector collection where the guy smokes.
Yeah.
They stink.
Like, you know what would be cool in a set like this? And I think we've talked about this before, where if you have like, I don't want to call it the VIP boot, but you have like the collector's double booster.
Yeah.
However fucking much money that is.
Yeah.
Then you have the regular double masters. We'll call it a draft booster, even
Regular booster.
Regular booster, and that's however much it is. And you could have like a player pack. And the player pack is the one that's just for the people that want the fucking cards. There's no foils. There's no alternate art. There's no chance of these fancy box toppers.
Yeah.
It's just the fucking cards.
They would build a premium into all of the products to spread the price over the cost of marketing and producing the plastic to package that. Right? And then it would drive the price of everything up, so you'd still be paying that premium. They'd build it into their campaign
it would
for
still
the set,
cost
right?
more than $5 or whatever for a pack, but I just think something like that would be
that would be a cool solution, because then you're getting a shot at the regular stuff.
Yeah, like you could still get your Atraxes, your Blightsteels, your whatever you're after.
I don't want to pay $200 for a Mana Crypt. I don't want to pay $50 for a Rift. I need another Kalia to alter that isn't foil, for example, right? Yeah. And I can just spend maybe $8, $9 on a regular pack, no foils. Or same foil rate drop as regular packs.
Or maybe, and this is crazy, maybe they have the cheaper boosters so people can actually afford to play in a fucking draft environment that they created for this set.
Balls that. Not interested.
Because I think drafting this set would be really fucking hard. Because when I was drafting in Kaladesh, I opened up 2 inventions. And it's like, I mean, obviously you take that and it kind of tanks your draft or whatever. But I mean, well, not all the time does that happen. But the point is, if you open, like, let's say you're playing in the draft and you open the quadruple mythic pack.
That'd be so sick.
Like, it'd be awesome. And you take your Mana Crypt or you take your foil Karn and then you pass the foil Karn or the foil Mana Crypt or the other $300. I would have a really hard time with that.
Yeah.
Because I spent so much goddamn money and I got the pack everybody's dreaming about, and then everybody else gets my shit and I get a Skargspriggan or a whatever the fuck that goblin from Eventide is called. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's hard to not think, well, the person to your right, if it's the first draft pack, might also have a really good pack and you'll get something else, right? But the odds of getting the 4 mythic pack are pretty low, so it wouldn't hold a lot of water for me to say, well, the person next to you could get a pack like that too, and pass you another foil Karn, just as an example.
Yeah,
right?
And it could happen, but it probably won't.
Probably won't.
Yeah. So let's talk about some cool cards.
Yeah, you mentioned Karn. Controversy, do you like the art, the panorama? They messed up the panorama when you put the 4 cards together a little bit. The Karn art doesn't quite line up with the rest of the Urzatron art. They cut a little piece of it off to frame Karn in the middle of the card a little bit better.
Right.
Controversy, I don't care. When you add the 4 pieces of art together by Mark Teeden, who totally owned the Karn face on Facebook, and he just wrecked people. Yeah. He's fucking happy to be out of Phyrexia layoff, people. If he wants to be naked, large, and in charge, and rock hard, silver fucking golem.
Yeah. How would you feel if you escaped from like the 12th level of a hellish hellscape that they put you in a fucking rock tumbler for decades? Fuck, man, I'd be looking like Mozgoose from Berserk too. And if you don't know who that is, look it up, because it's the same fucking face with a hat on it.
Oh yeah, man. So I love the art. I love the throwback to. These are all good vibes now, I think.
I think so, yeah. I love the art on these cards.
I love the throwback to the old artists. We mentioned Mark Teeden, whatever his name is.
Yeah. If he's listening, which he probably is, add us and we'll pronounce your name correctly next time we say it.
I've met him half a dozen times at events and gotten him to sign and alter cards, and like actually stood and talked with him. Me and F.U. Joel just go and talk to artists all the time at events. That's why they're so fun. In 2027 when we get back to them. I never asked him, how the fuck do you say your name, right? But Ron Spencer too did the art for the alternate art doubling season.
And the Mana Crypt.
And the Mana Crypt. In just a fucking second. So they get us all jazzed up about Mana Crypt, Kalia of the Vast, Atraxa, Blightsteel, and doubling season way back in May, and then nothing until they release a bunch of lands and say, hey, these are going to be in packs. It's the fucking John Avon unhinged arts that have new frame treatments, and the fucking Noah Bradley ones. Ooh. Uh-oh. Right? And it's like, even the first set of previews was polarizing, and then they released Champion of Lampholt as like on the first day of official previews, and they're like, fuck.
Yeah, there's the chaff, because Champion of Lampholt's a great card. It's a great card, and I'm super pumped that people get to play with Champion of Lamphold. But should it be in this set? I don't think so. Probably not.
And they hit us with Grim Lavamancer too, eh? And it's fine. Other podcasts have talked about that. I don't want to talk about that a whole ton.
Yeah.
I want to talk about, there's a Jace the Mind Sculptor reprint. That's a good card. Maybe not for EDH, but I'll alter the shit out of that card and auction it on Thursdays.
Yeah. I want to talk about how this card liberated. While I don't like that picture, I really, really like the art on the picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we were talking about that before the show.
we were talking about this, yeah.
The Urza lands, I love those Urza lands. If I could get those for a reasonable price, I would 100% just have them to look at them because they're beautiful. They're everything that I like in
the colors,
art.
the style, and the actual subject matter.
It looks like something out of Myst. If you've ever played Myst or Riven or any of those, it looks just like that with these
it's
fantasy
throwbacks
buildings.
to old Urza artifacts, right?
Yeah, they're gorgeous. It's just that Karn I don't like. He's got weird long arms and little legs and a weird facial expression and shit. It's just not for me.
Skip leg day Karn.
Yeah, never skip leg day. Legs are really, people like legs.
Yeah, I
Look
like
at the
I
leg,
like a good leg.
Yeah, you're jacked as hell. I like that. What else is in here that's like super
We got
sweet?
swords.
Are we going to get all the swords, do you think? Do you think they're going to just print them all except for the 2 Modern Horizons ones?
I'm not sure. They probably won't see the Modern Horizons ones. You're probably right. Good vibes only, Brando.
Well, the Modern Horizon ones were whatever, right?
Some of them are whatever. Like War and Peace is fine, but it's not. Yeah. It's no Fire and Ice.
But it's in the cycle though, right? It's part of that first sword cycle where the other 2 are just sort of there. You'll probably see 2 more of them or 3, the rest of them in Commander Horizons in December or whenever the hell that set comes out.
Commander Legends.
So if you're gonna do the swords, you gotta have War and Peace too. And War and Peace isn't terrible. It's just not as good as these other 4 really good cards.
Yeah, we might see them again just because they need equipment to go in your Commander draft product, right?
Yeah.
But we've got Sculpting Steel, Worm Coil Engine, Engineered Explosives. We've got, I'm going to say staples like Sunforger and Shroom. If we can say that commanders or legendary creatures are staples,
sure.
Shroom is one that we would want to build. We've got a gorgeous new exploration.
Well, that makes me so mad. Because I spent $100 on my foil exploration.
Ooh, baby.
I traded $100 worth of cards to somebody else for a foil exploration, and I really like that picture.
You like that one?
I really like
totally
that.
Medium. You know what? I like the neons and the purples. I dislike the. They look like and this just goes back to art. You didn't like the Karn art, not the style. It's just the subject matter.
It's just the picture.
I'm flipping it. I like the subject matter. It's a big flower. I don't like the style. They look like the Ikoria Tricycle lands. What are they called? The Triomes?
Triomes.
They look like the alternate art comic book Triomes that look a little bit
so
not cartoony, not anime-ish, but they look like they belong in, Fallout or what's the other game the kids play?
There's lots of
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
They look like they're colored by Fortnite animators,
sure.
and I don't like that kind of look.
I was thinking about this on our way to the show, and this is actually the card that got me thinking about this. I know that in your lands deck or whatever, all your basics are those
the frameless ones.
Yeah, the frameless ones. Now that I have a bunch of frameless cards in Norrin from M21, I'm softening pretty hard on box toppers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, they're not special anymore.
Well, it's not that they're not special. It's that when I fan my cards out, you have all these, they don't look uniform anymore.
Yeah. Instead of seeing all black borders when you just barely peek your hand like a fan.
Yeah. It just kind of makes things look a little
messy.
It throws me off a little bit. And you have those in your things. They're easy to find.
I have exactly 2 basics in that deck because they're easy to find. I fan my deck and I just kind of fan it all through my hand like I'm kind of tipping over the deck.
It looks like a magic trick.
Boom. Got 2 basics right there.
And some kind of, especially ones like this where some of them fiery emancipation, it's got lots of black on it, so you don't really notice it as much. But something like this where the top is these vivid greens and blues,
and there's a purple on the edge.
And you're like, shit, I don't.
Yeah, that's hyper specific criticism. It
is. And I like that, and I love the art on this card. But I feel like if I actually owned one, the idea of owning one, I was like, oh yeah, I want one. Yeah. I want one in foil. I want it in Omnath. It's gonna be so awesome. But then the reality of actually having it, I'd fan out my cards. I'm like, fuck, it doesn't match the rest of the cards.
That's
Shit.
Curmudgeon Brando right there.
Like,
That's it.
I get everything I want, and I still complain about it.
Oh, you must be a Magic player.
Who knew?
You know what? Jason Alt put it best on Twitter, friend of the show, even though we never talk to him. We just talk on Twitter. He says, even if this set's not for you, ultimately it will drive prices down, even if it is a marginal price drop. When we talk about a 20% drop in a $200 card, like that's still unaffordable. But if, a $10 card drops to a $7 or $8 card, that's a good thing. Even if it's not for you and you don't spend one fucking red cent, if those still existed.
They do down south.
Oh, yeah, in the land of the free. Freedom dollars. If you spend one freedom dollar cent on this pack, or if you don't, but you need an austere commander, a sneak attack, or a Stonehewer giant, they're going to be a little bit cheaper. Therefore, this product is for you because it's going to be a little bit cheaper. So we can be hypercritical because this product is going to do a lot of good things for everybody. And all of those cards I just listed are in this set.
On the screen right now.
Yeah, and they're all cards that are good in Commander. Stonehewer Giant, we've played in several decks. Austere Command, several decks. Both are not hard to... I guess Austere Command, not hard to come by, but it's a little bit expensive. And the opposite is true is... Stonehewer is expensive? Mm-hmm. Oh, I was going to say Stonehewer is not expensive, but because it's from Lorwyn block, it's hard to come by.
It's both.
Oh.
It's hard to come by, and it's expensive because it's from Lorwyn.
Oh, yeah. And foils, never mind, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to think about foils right now. I don't want to think about foils right now. I can't.
Well, you can maybe get a foil one in this set, which is cool.
Yeah, maybe. That might be neat.
That's it.
What else do we have here that's
So,
neat?
yeah, we're looking through. I see a Noble Hierarch and a Voice of Resurgence, not really for us as Commander players, but expensive cards. And if we crack them, even if they're worth 20% less than they were last week, take them to your LGS, get some store credit, trade them in. Somebody will buy them.
Krakenwick Cremator. That's the one that I saw. That I was just, what the mother of fuck is this shit? And I'm going to read it.
I said the same thing.
Red 2 for a 5/4 fuck. When it enters the battlefield, discard a card at random. If you discard a creature card this way, it deals damage equal to that creature's power to target player or planeswalker.
Well, that goes in a Goblin deck.
It sure does. No, who do you want to do one for, man? I'm gonna just.
It sure does. You didn't even finish your sentence.
Yeah, fuck.
Slap the lips right off me, Brando.
Krakenwick Cremator can just.
Krakenwick lick my crack.
Oh yeah, it can just lick the sweat out of my butthole. Fuck that card,
oh
man.
Hey, we got a Rift reprint. We're just scrolling up the list in chronological order of everything being released, right?
Yeah,
we got the Rift with the new alternate art. We got the new Dark Confidant. That is a card that I'm putting in my lands deck because I will take exactly no fucking damage ever.
How do we feel about the Steven Seagal Dark Confidant? We have Skrillex and we have Steven Seagal. How do we feel about that? I'm happy because that means 2 weeks in a row we got to reference Steven Seagal on the show. But...
there's a little bit of controversy over the Dark Confidant art. We're not here to talk about that today.
I didn't even know that. I'm just...
I think it's fine. I think the art is off-centered. I like that the card exists. I traded mine straight up for a Cryptic Command years ago, and that trade still holds true because Cryptic will never be reprinted, but Dark Confidant will, so maybe I'm getting ahead.
Maybe.
And I need one. I don't have one, and I wasn't going to pay $70 for one, so now I'm going to probably get one.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the Skrillex art of it. I don't like the Dark Confidant one because it doesn't look very dark to me. Like, it's even sunny in the background,
Yeah, maybe what he's whispering to that old dude.
Like, he could look a little more sinister or something.
Dark teachings.
Yeah, I just feel like it could have been a little bit more darker and confidant-y, I guess. I don't know. That's my only real criticism about the art.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then we have sex offender art, and then we have...
Crop Rotation, you like that one with Doran on it?
No.
Oh, moving on.
No.
You like the Wrath of God, though, with Thomas Baxa. I met that guy in Vegas, man. Cool dude.
That Wrath of God...
Is your favorite one?
Yes. Not even sort of close.
Zoom up real close and look at all the dudes and dragons and shit just getting sucked up or blown away.
It's an actual laser from space.
Either way, don't Google that.
No. But I fucking love that art. I want that. I will buy one of those. I will own that card.
That's a gooder.
Because I love that art so much.
Get in touch with Thomas Baxa. What do you think the original's worth?
Too
'Cause
much.
he paints traditionally, I think.
Oh shit, that'd be too much.
Most likely.
Yeah,
Most likely
that
for,
one's cool.
for
And
our blood.
and
Council's Judgment, dude.
I'll bet you Wrath of
back to- yeah.
I think that particular printing might even be much more because it's the buy box.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a ton of those floating around. So that'll probably be fairly affordable for a foil one even.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
So
the
cool.
non-foil one might be worth more because it's not the box topper. It depends on how many boxes sell, but box sales will also inform non-foils that you find in pack prices. So I don't know. It depends on whatever one you want.
Yeah.
Cool art. It's very good. Council's Judgment, I just wanted to mention because that is a very strong commander card that nobody plays because it was like a conspiracy card, right? A voting card.
And you know where it's going to be really good? Really good. Let me tell you.
In white decks?
Is in fucking one-on-one draft.
It gets rid of one thing that they vote for.
Right? Like, what the heck? Really?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they printed chaff in here on purpose.
They know what cards need to be reprinted, regardless of whether or not price informs their decisions.
And it's not like there's a commander set coming up anytime, right?
What the fuck is going to be in that set? Just all legends?
You know what would be awesome? And this won't happen, but dude, I will eat my own shoe.
Oh god, I can't wait.
Literally eat my own shoe and post the video on the fucking internet. If just everything in Double Masters and then all the new stuff is just Commander Legends.
Just they
just take it.
Fuck it. We just put a new pack around the same 15 cards.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
We took all these unused Double Masters because they were too expensive and we repacked them.
Yeah, man. Like,
oh man,
that would
can
be
you imagine
awesome.
the conspiracy theories? You just repacked them and removed all the rares and sold them to a website. You're selling them on eBay under the guise of whatever. Oh man, let's move on.
Let's keep going.
We're not conspiracy theory cookout podcast.
Oh,
Look at your boy Trinisphere got reprinted.
Oh, I'm so excited. Maybe I can get my. I lost 2 of them. I don't know where I don't know how I lose 2 of them, but I can get them back now. Maybe
That's it.
they're a lot. But
And hey, look at Academy Runes for me, cool. But all of the filter lands from and that you like so much.
I am pumped that this is the rare cycle in the thing. If I have one,
the rare
plus,
land
the
cycle,
rare land cycle.
that isn't fucking Scry lands.
Get them out.
Would you be more or less pumped if that rare land cycle was the equivalent color pairs for fetch lands? All positives.
Yeah.
We got filter lands, buddy. We got them.
Filter lands are cool, and I think that these are actually going. They're budget stuff for people who can't do fetch lands and who can't do because we all know fetch lands are going to show up somewhere because
because they said they would.
Because
They've only got
cheap-
like 4 months left.
They got their faces cheese grated over the fucking what was it? Secret Lair fetch lands.
Secret Lair 100 boxes edition.
Yeah, which again, I'm convinced that was the printing they were off. We were gonna reprint fetch lands this year. Secret Lair fetch lands. That fucking is terrible. Oh shit, people are mad. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna print them again.
Another Secret Lair Fetchland playset edition. $5,000.
But filter lands are cool. I highly recommend playing them if you got them, and I think you'll be able to got them because you can get them from somewhere. Because they're reprinting them.
You know what? I'm very tempted based on the rares in this set. They're just regular ass rares to actually drop the money on getting a booster box just to fill up my overstock altar binder, just to post stuff up because there are so many. We made the joke before. There's so many fucking bangers at the rare section. Look at Court of Calling with 2 different arts, and that discounts the Court of Calling being Commander Spellbook Green, that art with fucking Yisan or whatever.
Yeah.
Blasphemous Act, expensive card. Rare Land Cycle, that's good. Rolling Earthquake, we're looking at the screen right now. Trinisphere, Academy Runes, like there's so many good cards that ought to be altered because foils will still be ridiculous expensive. Mox Opal, Chrome Mox, Swords.
Ensnaring Bridge.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Like that one kind of snuck under the radar, man. Like
It
that's
did
an
a little bit.
expensive
Yeah,
card.
that is a $40 card, isn't it? But
Yeah.
even something like the Masterwork of Ingenuity and Hammer of Nazan, those are cards that have a little bit of price weight and see play in Commander that ought to be altered.
We're definitely getting up to some of the cards. Like, what the fuck? Like Greater Good, Kembaka, Mirror Battlesphere.
Yeah, Greater Good and Mirror Battlesphere definitely Commander staples. And that's, of course, why they're in there. But did they need a reprint as far as price is concerned, which we've already established is no concern of Wizards. They want to print cards that need to be reprinted, right?
Did Kembaka really need a big reprint?
I don't think so.
Have you ever seen anybody but me play that card?
F.U. Aiden plays it.
In what?
Don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, don't care.
Probably doesn't.
F that guy.
Probably doesn't play it. That Phyrexian Metamorph is fucking cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, who did the art on that? Can you see? Is it Thomas Baxa again?
Thomas Baxa.
That is cool. That is cool. Get that original when you get the altered or the Wrath of God, and you give me one of them, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it. No, I won't. Force. What do you think of the new Force? Big. I don't know if there's controversy here. Lots of people are saying that doesn't look like your Force of Willing something. It looks like blue counter spell number 17. I agree with that second take. What about you?
You know what it looks like? It looks like people aren't going to be flushing their Force of Wills down the toilet in protest of new Therese Nielsen art or reused Therese Nielsen art on reprints. So it's a welcome addition. Whether anybody thinks that's justified or not, or instead of flushing them down the toilet, send them to me so I can whatever. Whatever. It's new art. People are going to be happy. The people who don't give a shit might be happy if they don't own Forces because they can get them more affordably, whether it's the alternate art or the semi-original Therese Nielsen art from Ultimate Masters from a few years ago. And the people that have the original Alliance ones are happy because the price of those is going up because they've guaranteed no more Therese Nielsen Force of Will arts.
Boom.
So good, because Force of Will is being reprinted with different art.
Yes. I dig that. I don't know. The rest of the stuff is kind of whatever.
You
can open an Ion Storm in a $35 fucking booster box.
You can open double Ion Storm, foil and not foil. I hope that sucker comes in alternate art foil extended frame.
Can you imagine opening a fucking Ion Storm? You bought one pack.
Drink your whole drink?
Oh God, are you kidding me? Just fucking eat the bottle.
Eat the glass and all, just like the Grinch.
Yeah.
Am I just eating because I'm bored? No, I'm eating because I got a fucking Ion Storm.
Yeah. Is that the card that people? Is that a draft card? Is it a limited card? Is it a good card in a limited environment?
Give it a read. Read top to bottom.
Enchantment, Ion Storm, red 2. For red 1, remove a +1/+1 counter or a charge counter from a permanent you control that deals 2 damage to something.
No tap in there. That could be a good card if you got lots of +1s.
It could be.
I don't think very many people are playing that card.
I don't think very many people are playing that fucking card either, man. I think that's a stupid card. It combos very well with Walking Ballista in a limited environment.
Oh, it does. And Walkie B's getting reprinted. That card's actually expensive.
Walking Ballista doesn't need to combo with Ion Storm. It does Ion Storm shit for free.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It itself does what it does plus what Ion Storm does for free.
Yes.
And it's colorless, so it goes into any deck.
Yeah.
And if you have infinite mana, you just win the game.
Yeah.
Good card.
Cool card. Oh, Brutaclad.
Broody C.
That's cool. I just noticed him. That's fun.
First time non-foils. So if anybody wanted extended art. I have altered foils before, but I'm sorry, I'm just making it about me again. I have altered foils before, but that one is going to be not foil, which is cool.
Yeah. But we're at the top of the spoilers. I think that
we're previewed up until Friday, July 24th.
Yeah, we're going to do a set review kind of proper once all the spoilers are finished.
Yeah, but probably a half-type episode where it's like, we'll maybe give our thoughts once we've had some more time to digest and look at what the expected value is, right?
I think today we wanted to just sit down and kind of give our take along with every other content creator's take that, I don't know, I still kind of get my hackles up a little bit, probably unnecessarily, when I see people, oh, all you complainers whining about the price. This product just isn't for you and don't buy it if you don't want to buy it. And it's like, well, yeah, but I want the card.
If everything is expensive and not for me, if everything is too expensive, then nobody buys anything, right?
Exactly. And then like the whole thing is if nobody can afford to buy it and then nobody buys it except for the investors aren't opening it, so the cards don't go onto the markets, the prices of the cards don't go down. So, you know, like nobody wins.
Well, and another kind of
if that's the thing that happens, if nobody can afford to buy it, so nobody buys it again except for investors, then people think if nobody plays the drafts, if nobody plays the sealed, They don't sell it. Wizards isn't going to chalk that up to, oh, maybe that set was too expensive. It's going to be, oh, well, I guess we can't do a reprint set like that anymore. It was a failure. We're going to have to do more draft-focused sets, and it's going to be like, fuck. And
Then we get Modern Masters 2, which was good, but it's not fucking.
It's not this.
It's not this good.
It's not
right?
this good. Yeah.
The other way of thinking is if nobody buys it, and everybody's going online to the face-to-face games, the Star Cities, Card Kingdoms, big box stores big online retail stores like that, and buy singles, they'll always be sold out. Therefore, those big online retailers will have to order and crack more sealed product so they have singles available to restock to continue selling the singles. If that happens, Wizards will still move product to those big stores because people are buying hot singles from those. So, like, there's always ways that you can look at, justify, explain the price and how the market kind of shifts. But we're not an MTG finance podcast.
Hell no.
And there's a lot of other people out there that know more about it, have more experience and education in that part of Magic than we do. We're giving our opinions, which we think are valid.
I think, well, obviously, because
they're fucking ours. Yeah.
And I mean, at the end of the day, I just want people to play Magic, and I want people to be able to afford to play this game with me. And I just see sets like this as an opportunity for that to be a thing. And when they come out and they're not, then it's disappointing. I think I'm disappointed just because there are going to be people that won't benefit from this set.
I got a hot take.
Sure.
I think you're disappointed because you don't want to spend money on a booster pack. Just no other strings attached. You don't want to spend $15 on a pack of Magic cards.
The last 2 boxes I bought were collector boxes. So I'm unfortunately outside of the realm of being able to say that's the truth, because I have spent this much money on booster packs before, and I'm not.
I don't think, and I'm not saying that you're complaining.
No, that's
because we're having a conversation, but I think any complaints you have regarding price are unjust. If the last 2 boxes that you've bought have both been collector boxes.
Well, I just think because not everybody can do that, and I don't need to buy this set. I have every card in this set so far.
I think I have very close to any card that I would want in this set. I don't have Crack Liquor fucking Cremator.
I do have Krakenwick Cremators. Okay? I have all of the rares that have been spoiled so far in this set. Like, I don't need to buy this. But I think that there are people out there that really want to, and they can't. And that's the thing that gets me. Because I want those people who they're not prepared to invest that kind of money in the game yet, but they still really wish that they could be on this level.
They need the Noble Hierarch for more than just Commander. They want the sneak attack because they want to play Legacy and Commander, for example. Yeah, and I feel kind of, I'm down for those people who really want this stuff, and they can't get it. Because this would be a great fucking, hey everybody, we're opening the gates, everybody's in, everybody's playing. It wouldn't revitalize Legacy because dual lands, but other formats could get a really big boost from this. I don't think they're going to get the new player boost that it could have offered were this offered at a lower price point. And I don't. That's valid.
That's what I think.
That's valid. I'll give my final thought, and I'll go back to my 2020 Corvette being more expensive than the 2019. I couldn't afford either. It's not offensive to me that one is worth more than the other because it's newer, better, faster, stronger. Do I still want it? Would I spend the money if I had the money? Yes. I don't feel bad for people who can't afford it because I'm in the I can't afford it boat with other things that are also my hobby. They're just a different hobby. I can't put a supercharger on my truck, right? I can't buy the sports car. I don't live in a mansion. I can't afford any of those things that I want. And Magic maybe is the same for me. Maybe I can't afford everything that I want, right? But I just have to be okay with that because that's fucking reality. That's the world, right? Like I'm not willing to work any more, harder, longer, make any more money than I do. I don't need any more. I'm happy with what I have, and being happy with what I have includes where my collection's at and where my decks are at. And if somebody said your decks are your decks forever, you can never upgrade decks, I'd probably be okay, regardless of whether they put dual lands in double masters or not, or fetch lands in double masters or not. I would be okay.
I don't know if this is a thing. Like, I'm totally okay with them not reprinting fetch lands here because I already have them.
Yeah, that's our privilege speaking, right?
That's super easy for me to say because I have 4 of all of them, right? I have foil fetch lands and shit. Like, I don't, and that's not me flexing. That's just so it. I think it hits us less hard when you hear, "Oh, there's no fetch lands reprints." It's like, well, whatever. And I don't think you need them.
Yeah,
but I don't play Modern either. Where maybe you need them in Modern, and you do need them in Legacy, and you do need them. To
I think that's a real Commander ad populum type of message. Magic is teaching us that there is privilege involved in all things. We've got fucking fetch lands. We don't need fucking this set to have fetch lands. And just like the mana crypts, do you want the fucking super sweet Ron Spencer one?
Sure do.
Sure do. Do you need it?
No.
Are you going to survive without it?
Hell yeah.
Do you like $200 in your pocket better?
Probably.
Yeah. It's going to drop to $160. Do you like $160 in your pocket better? It's getting tight, right?
No, but, I actually have an extra mana crypt, so maybe I can just trade one in because I opened one in my mystery boosters.
Ooh, that's what I was saying. Trade one in and spend a couple extra bucks, maybe 50, 60 extra bucks,
but
instead of 200.
Yeah, like it's a thing, and this does provide opportunities for people to get really blinged out shit, and there's lots to be happy about with the set. I think that going forward, I think there's going to be even more cool stuff.
I got one. This is maybe my last good vibe. We'll get out of here.
Okay.
I got it. What if you're the person that, or anybody is the person who goes and buys, supports your local game store, go and buy the $1, $15, $10 pack, whatever it is, boom, foil, alternate art, mana crypt, doubling season, force of will, whatever the card is, immediately trades it back in and buys like 4 precons. That also exists, and I don't think we pay homage to that enough.
That's some Ginger Joe shit.
Yeah, you see Ginger Joe post that shit all the time, guys. Got amazing luck. You see it on the big Facebook groups. Check out what I just pulled. Foil, full art, extended art, Grim Tutor from M21, right? It's like, boom, immediately traded it in and got 2 more booster boxes. I don't think we pay homage to that enough because it's probably a little bit more common to get the cracklick cremators instead of the foil, full art, Force of Wills.
Yeah, look how many of these Kraken creamers I opened.
But that happens.
10.
It happens. Yeah. Like my prime most example of that is a draft that I didn't end up winning. I got second in it off of a second pick, fucking flip vampire from original Innistrad.
Yeah.
Bloodline Keeper.
Yeah, Bloodline Keeper. Yeah.
Yeah. Best card in the entire draft format. I got it second pick after the guy fucking revealed it because he had to reveal double face cards.
Oh.
And I was like, dude, do you want to like switch? I'm like fucking saying to the table, do you want to, this is the fucking best card. Do you want to just take this? He's new. He's like, no, I've got this one. It's a better card. Foil fucking Snapcaster. Yeah. It was like $140 at the time or whatever. I was like, game on. You're right. You made out better than me even if I win this draft.
Yes.
Right? So that kind of shit does exist.
Yeah, those things do happen. And they'll happen here and they'll happen in the future. I think that that's a good place to end it off for now. So thank everybody for being with us. Thank you so much to Face Games for giving us the opportunity to keep the lights on for all the people in CCO Nation who have us in their ear holes and their eye holes and any other hole that they like to have us in each and every week. And we're going to be back with probably some more Double Masters and maybe even another deck on the next episode of Commander Cookout Podcast.
Let us know what you think about Double Masters at CCO Brando at CCO Podcast.
Hit our theme song!